behind me are some good examples of redwoods. Now these are actually kind of small, even though they might look pretty big, but they get to be absolutely magnificently huge. There's actually a few on this trail that are that big. And if you do get an opportunity, and I hope you do, to come hiking in some redwoods, make sure you take the time to look straight up, because it is magnificent. These trees are 100, 150 feet tall. It's just a magnificent, magnificent canopy up there. Anyhow, I wanted to tell you about your anatomy of your internal guidance system. There's 3 areas that your IGS gives you guidance: the throat, the chest, and the solar plex area. And here's the key. Other people, as they're learning to use this, have told me that they get an opening in their head, in their forehead, in their ears, in their back, in their little toe, and actually I can't guarantee that is guidance. So if you get other opening sensations or closing sensations, there might be good information, but it's not the same as what I can reliably teach you with these 3 areas. So oftentimes a closing will show up as a lump in your throat. If you've ever had a lump in your throat, that is your IGS. And what it's telling you is that what you're thinking in that moment about yourself is not true. You're thinking debilitating thoughts about you. You'll notice that it shows up when you're maybe hurt about somebody that you feel doesn't care about you, or maybe they don't respect you or love you. It can show up before you go on stage when you have something important, and the head noise that's going on inside is like, I can't do this, I'm gonna sound stupid, what if they laugh, what if I forget my talk, those kinds of thoughts. Lump in the throat, telling you it's not true what you're thinking. Then the chest area, when you feel a tightening and constriction or an open, that's to real-time information. Now you may be thinking of the past or the future in that moment, but it's real-time what you're thinking with your mind in that moment. Tightening, closing, not true, opening, more true, moving towards fulfillment and success. And then last but not least, a really interesting one is the pit of your stomach. When you feel a rock or a churning, sometimes it can last for days, this feeling. You're like, God, I just can't get rid of this. What it is a belief system that's not true, and or a body of thought. So what I mean by body of thought is you have a theme of thought happening. So an example would be, let's say you're just lost your job, right? And now every single decision that you're making in your life is about whether you can afford something or not, what you have to cut out of your life. It may show up as a rock in the pit of your stomach as you begin thinking about your finances, and you're constantly, almost everything is being applied to finances. It could be a health crisis where you are waiting for test results, and you're consistently thinking, oh gosh, what if the tests come back positive and I have this and my whole life is going to go down the drain, and your thoughts begin rambling. Body of thought. Now the solar plex area and the throat, it doesn't necessarily open. When you're open, there's just no sensation there. It just feels neutral and great, okay? Now, as you're moving through your life, if you get this pit of your stomach sensation, really takes the time to sit down and maybe write out what the theme is that you're thinking of in that moment. Because just actually recognizing what the belief is and realizing it's not true shifts that for you. I know that's a lot of information, but bear with me. I want you to just pay attention to the openings in the various areas of your IGS. And once again, thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to having you watch the next one.